into an Ixia. Where have I seen that before?
Game 7 of the infamous draft of RRQ against TLID, and it was a Mathilda as well.
Right. I think it's not. I think it's not as clear cut. There's going to be a lot of execution required here.
A lot of layers.
Honestly, the Ixia and the Varia, like you said, Shevin, the Varia isn't as safe against the Kaja technically, and I don't know the Ixia. I've been in a game with Mirko, and we've been up against a Kaja when he was on an Ixia. It can be done, but there's a lot of ifs here, okay? They need to ensure that they can threaten the Kaja enough that he can just walk past the teammates and get to that backline.
And you gotta be careful or like perfectly time the flicker. Oh, Shogun with a vengeance! That's something we don't really see very often, and I can rock kinda the choice here because you're gonna get locked down no matter what by the Barats, but we'll see though. We'll break it down even further once we get into the game between Geek Fam versus Bigetron by Vitality.
Ladies and gentlemen, this officially marks the defending champion first performance on MPL ID Season 18. And now let's see, will they bring the same intensity with their opening match this season, or perhaps we might see an upset. ODTZ again trying to find still his first win on the Geek Fam's jersey.
You see the early game in the gold lane is going to be a bit intense, man. The Ixia actually does a ton of damage, and you get a real good amount of sustain if you can be allowed to actually do a lot of hits in the lane. Looking at the emblems here, tenacity for Shogun. It's all about surviving, man. That with the vengeance, I think he's planning on taking the brunt of the assault for his team and relying maybe on the Mathilda for a bit more of that help. Same thing for Marcel though, right? Being in the front line, but also a boy against a Hayabusa. He is a very juicy target that Bigetron definitely have their eyes on.
Yeah, thankfully he's on tenacity, but Eman might have to use Flicker here.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Flicker already burnt. That's a win trade for Kenzie. Yeah. The lane. Oh, now. Oh, even level 4. There you go. Doesn't need level 4. Nazara is enough there to find an assist. Audi finds the kill though. That's gonna be already Eman off the board. Top lane. Seems like BTR will find a trade punch.
They can
taking Marcel down.
They can potentially get more gold from that, but that was a disaster from Bigetron, man. They wanted to get that cannon minion, but then the shield wasn't really available and the Ling showed up. Definitely was a bit of an overstay. Papulong and Sheffin though against everyone.
Love you, Papulong, love you. ODTZ though, which is guard the perimeter here, and this is what Navarre can do. Bottom lane though, Eman.
Again, now in a very sticky situation with the Tempest of Blade. Under the turret, Eman survives, and with the flicker, Kenzie finds the kill. Though Nile finds a trade with the turtle, take top side.
That is a little too close for comfort. If Eman was, like, if he uses the tenacity, maybe he would have survived, but it's just if, buts, and maybes. The absolute is he got taken down twice in the first 3 minutes.
Hey, gold lane, play safe. Play under turret, bro.
It was 2 guys though.
Yeah, but you know, that's a ton of damage, man. Ling and the Brody. So you can see Geek Fam's focus is indeed in the gold lane, but again, can they do enough to ensure that the late game is denied from Eman, right? They have to not just bully him in the lane, but also afterwards. Did Finn take the gold buff by mistake?
I'm not sure,
but he might have. I'm not sure.
Either way, it's still a plus for BTR. Might be a snipe here by Moreno, but I don't think ODTZ will let that.
Almost.
Good idea, but just a slight miscalculation. Now it's gonna be a waiting game for both ODTZ so far. We haven't seen any Divine Judgment or that new ultimate just yet. Maybe we'll see that Abstract and Ziski secures the first item or something.
I think it's on Nile here. If there's going to be any pickoffs, any kind of damage coming in from Bigetron, it has to be from Nile. And I guess Moreno too. The thing is, there's not a lot of setup, right? Uranus and Mathilda is your main front line. They're relying on the late game here, when they can actually count on Geek Fam being present there in the neutral objective when they're contesting at least a Lord, right? So maybe the first Lord is where we're going to see the full potential of this Bigetron draft.
And Finn so far, he's been doing a decent job trying to just scout out the situation here in the gold lane after 2 times that one got taken down. We might see the first ultimate here by ODTZ in a second, but no,
not just yet.
He's gonna back off Finn once again. just good map awareness from this guy right here, Finn the Human.
Finn the Human indeed. Now with the second turtle already up and standing. Let's see, both teams though taking it slow.
Sky Piercer first item, Arashi. For Kenziski.
Well, I mean, again, they want to play for that lane. They want to snowball. Oh, Finn!
Oh, no.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, gotta be careful. Geek Fam now disengaging. Shogun just zoning members away. Now though, pops the shadow. Jumps back in here. That's with the recall. They will secure the turtle there. Security. I mean, safety first, right? And they will go for more with the invade. 5-man rotating towards the jungle. That's going to be Nile now under the turret. That's going to be the Hayabusa popping. The shadow kill almost taking the lane down. Adi! That's a little bit too overzealous there. That's going to be a free one for the Red Robots.
Not sure what the idea being Audi TZ is still somehow engaging to the front while he is all alone and super low as well. But I guess it's just a mistake. Finn, once again, dude, this guy is just doing everything right for BTR!
Yeah, this is his signature for a reason with the flicker aggressively. That's going to be a kill, and Finn doesn't care.
Are we sure this guy's a human?
Yeah, it's in his name. Oh boy, what a great play right there. It essentially secures the turret on the bottom side as well. Man, after that sequence of events, it began with the denial on the Divine Judgment by Finn using the Circling Eagle. That's an interaction we haven't seen so far. Marcel slowed down.
Oh, that's the echo and the recall, but it seems like Daytona's welcome will land. Immobilizing Nile. That's going to kill for Geek, and they add another. That's Kenzie picking up the double.
That feels like deja vu. That looks like a Beloyski engage from Audi TZ. And a Beloyski call as well.
Oh man, looking now Moreno trying to defend, but getting caught by Marcel. Bigetron has evened out in the gold lead. And that's a dangerous thing to be playing around with for Geek Fam. But you almost expect it, right? Both these teams, Geek Fam and Bigetron, historically, they don't really sit still when they're behind. They try and do something. Audi.
Yep, that's the Divine Binding, binding him on. Now pops the full barrage with the guiding wind, pulls him back. That's the healing, but Kenzie finds the burst and turn around. That's going to be a kill, him on off the board. And ladies and gentlemen, with the turtle up, Geek Fam.
Oh my God.
For that turtle, Shogun still has enough sustainability to get back in the fight. But take a look at Nizara now, already on the turtle. Shogun providing information, providing the body. That's Kenzie already providing the damage. Nizara claims the turtle, and BTR says enough is enough. We go back.
Control is back towards Geek Fam, but I don't think BTR is definitely out of it just yet. You can see how close it was in the team fights earlier in this game.
Oh my God, this Kenzie with the help of the Echo. The damage is going to be enough to take him down. That's going to be Shogun though, binded with the Divine Binding.
Oh
but that actually helps him to provide pressure onto his boy. A boy barely survived, but here comes the damage. Shogun
He's not dead.
Knows that there is not enough damage to take him down. Down goes the mid turret of Geek Fam.
One thing for sure in MPL ID is the pendulum swings quickly all the time. Even then, two teams still trading blows in terms of structure, both securing a second-tier turret. Audi TZ though.
Yeah,
is this an engage?
Yeah, looking for an attempt. That's the Echo spotting 3. The recall doesn't really land, but my oh my, the economy here is still very close.
Look at the big difference here. Kenzie was taken out in that fight, so the stacks are down, and Eman has evened out the gold. He's actually in the lead against Kenziski. That's a huge problem. Whoa!
Yep, that's the full barrage popped. Marcel taking it very low.
Oh my God!
3 hitting in the back. That's in the back. Take a look at Nazara dealing with him on now. Marcel off the board. Tempers a blade on towards him on. Great timing on the flicker, but Niall will not survive this time, and Nazara will not provide enough damage to take him on down. It's a 2-4-2 as the Lord will spawn in 30.
What a game so far, but good ultimate once again from Audi TZ, just bringing the whole village under the second-tier turret. Once again, BTR, it feels like somehow they always find the right play every time, looking like a true defending champion.
It's just interesting to see the approach that they have against the Kaja, man. They try and use the Mathilda to get the Ixia out of there. But time and time again, Nazara comes in afterwards, and you saw this weird interaction where everyone's beating on Nile, but then the whole team of Bigetron are beating Nazara as well. Now it's back to a neutral objective. The pace that Bigetron is putting on right now definitely has Geek Fam uncomfortable.
Feels like they learned from EWC. A boy though charging up the ultimate. A boy.
Yep. Divine Binding on towards Nile. That's a stun. That's the damage.
Oh, wow.
No retribution for BTR. A green light for the Geek Fam for the river control. That's the Echo hitting a boy.
All the CCs are perfectly timed. Even the kiss from Brody was also perfecto as well. Now Geek has to say on this Lord. I don't know if they can actually do this though. They have a lot of damage, BTR.
Yep, that's the Echo spotting all members of Geek Fam except the Barat. That's gonna be Audi though, trying to provide the damage. Tempest of Blade used on towards Aman.
Oh my god.
Take a look at Kenzie taken down. That's Aman with the trade. No marksman for both teams. That's going to be Audi though in the no man's land. No flicker for him. That means that Moreno will claim the kill. BTR, they manage to take control even with 4 members only up.
The game is more than just a man advantage. Geek Fam has to realize that the fighting power of BTR at that time was still very high against this kind of composition. Once again, Moreno just sniping everyone from downtown.
Yep, that's a free one for BTR, and perhaps with this lore they might push their agenda further.
I'm very crazy that the extra of Nazara.
I don't think
Hello?
right call.
Oh,
here.
that was close.
Whoa.
Flask of the Oasis still is so annoying.
The willingness to fight from Bigetron, like when Eman was jumped on right there, he wasn't focused on getting out. He was focused on getting even. And he took someone from Geek Fam with him. And with the sustain built into Bigetron, they actually have a lot of brawling power because, again, they have range. They can stay in the backline, the damage dealers. And then Shogun, along with Finn, they can actually do a lot of damage reliably and also sustain at the same time. For Geek Fam, that's not the case.
Yeah, Geek Fam's win though is pretty close, but BTR, they can cycle however times they want to with the healing as well. And Shogun with his vengeance, man. Like, there is no Purifier, there's no Flicker, but there is a guiding wind, so it's all G for this Yura. Once again, Astral Echo Moreno.
Spotting 2 members of Geek Fam. They manage at least to defend all 3. Full barrage pops. The flicker as well to safety. That's a Divine Binding, finding Nile with the kiss from Kenzie. The kiss of death is there. They managed to defend all 3 base turrets and they managed to get Nile, so that's value for Geek Fam.
Unfortunate. Eman was ready with the Flicker against the ultimate from the Kaja, but Nile was not ready at all. But 2K gold lead still for BTR. I feel like it feels a lot more than 2K, Arashi. Not 1.3.
I don't know, it's just how they are playing this. It's how they are confidently moving up. They seem to understand the factors better than Geek Fam, right? Which is why Geek Fam, despite having like a man advantage, when they earlier got some sort of pickoff, they're a lot more hesitant. And for good reason, right? You can see that for Bigetron, they are planning ahead a lot more. They are more ready for these surprise maneuvers. Whereas for Geek Fam, they're relying only on the Divine Judgment with the immobilizing beam combo to really get a lockdown onto the members of Bigetron.
Man, Azara, Ling running away from Onyxia is a sight to see. But obviously, it's not a 1v1, so makes sense. Now for Geek Fam, what's gonna be the idea here? Because if you play a long game, it's gonna be tough for them to be able to sustain through the whole team fights. They have to deal the killing blow as quickly as possible. With the damage profile that they have and with the items that they have, Arashi, is it enough currently?
Oh man, especially against the Uranus that's full tank with a vengeance, I think it might be a bit too close. Even if they do take him out, I feel like Bigetron wouldn't mind continuing the fight after. And that's the problem here. Even the Ling can't really play for the angle. And the purple gets taken by Nazara still.
Yeah.
He
popped the retry though.
Exactly.
So that's again just opening things up here for BTR to take on the lore. Let's see what Geek Fam will do.
But at least Geek Fam wants to fight.
Yep, here comes again the Divine Binding, finding him on. Demobilization, the damage is here. That's going to be, oh my goodness! No amount for BTR, but they got the Lord. Nile still claims it. Tempest of Blade in the mid lane now, trying to find a member. Very low, Nazara still able to get out now with the Shadow Kill in the mid. Finds a mark. Down goes the Dinosaur. Echo doesn't land, and Geek Fam, they have hit the reset button. The Lord will spawn in 5 seconds.
Man, the even trade after even trade. Bigetron hasn't been a clean journey to get here, but they've always gotten something in return, and it really does not favor Geek Fam when that happens. Right here, they got the catch onto Eman, but at what cost? The Lord initially got taken, and Nazara, he was trying to go for a pickup onto Moreno, but he got outmaneuvered, man. And afterwards, even then, they struggled to get out unscathed.
Yeah.
Now it's a defense situation. This is exactly what Bigetron wants. Geek Fam on the back foot, can't really go for the Divine Judgment, going for the poke from the Novaria and the Ixia.
Yeah, it feels like this is pretty much Moreno's playground at this point. All you have to do is watch out for the Ling and watch out for the Kaja. And you do have that safety net in that Matilda as well. So you can play a bit more aggressively from now on, just shooting his shots from Yucatan from now on. Now they're striking towards the top lane. Will it happen?
They're looking for the keys. Here comes a full barrage. Flicker from a boy. Now take a look at the Kaja. Well, the barrage now taking a lot of damage. Taken down! And Mon is free hitting and now adds the kill. 3 members left standing. Geek Fam now, can they hold on? They gotta delay 30 seconds at least. As take a look at Bigetron. They want the turrets. Moreno will be safe with the guiding wind. Nile Paso Rico, a cheeky one, I might add. Nazaro without the winner crown. Tempest the Blade finds the kill, but he will not survive. 2 members left standing here, ladies and gentlemen, with 3 waves coming. I don't think Geek Fam can defend. Here comes Bigetron though, playing it slow. Kenzie now being the main target. That's a swoosh. Naldo gets back to the shadow safely, but it seems like BTR will stay disciplined and they will back away.
Yeah, they can just rinse and repeat once again, BTR, but Geek Fam, options are pretty low at this point. They can only turtle in the base, and there is a single hero that can punish that kind of playstyle really well, and that is the Maestro Moreno. Gotta watch out from those shots from now on, especially after the Winter Crown buy. It's gotta be harder for Nazara to actually nail him down to the ground.
It's a chess match between Nazara and Eman and Moreno, right? Nazara needs to do so much. He needs to fake out going into Eman or Moreno, bait out some of the spells, some of the Winter Crowns, some of the Wind of Natures. Whereas for Bigetron, it's easy reactive style. This is what they are able to get. Oh no!
Oh no, doesn't land. The Divine Binding. Here comes the Echo. Spots 4 or 3 members of Geek Fam with the Lord spawning.
And again, that's the reactive style.
Yeah, the angle to contest is so low. Unless
there's no way.
Nazara shows himself in the mid lane. That's going to be a free one. Now we'll go back.
Uh-oh, I don't think they want to chase here, but yeah. 3 waves are going to be coming in. Plus that long artillery. Oh, 2 at that. 2 artillery heroes here with the Ixia and also Novaria at the same time.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
They have to make it messy, man. That's the only way they can get a win here. A pick-off by Nazara, diving in the back, or Audi getting one of those value picks. But there's a flicker ready for Moreno and Eman, and they definitely have their finger on that button.
Winter Crown too, by the way, so gotta watch out for that.
Bigetron with the Lord trying to look for an end in this game. That's going to be the damage from Eman. Securing the bird. Kaja, Marcel off the board as well. 2 animals off the board. Take a look at Tempest the Blade. Finds Nile. But the Lord is still... Moreno from downtown! Finding a member. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all for game 1. The defending champions showing again class and quality. Taking the game.
Doesn't look like a complete domination from BTR, but when you look at the details, when you look at the trades that they're doing, they've never lost control. When Geek Fam somehow abused their early game prowess, their burst damage, somehow BTR was able to find a beneficial trade after that. This looks like an S-tier team right now. They do keep the momentum, Rashi.
It's so good, man. They have